Hi, last couple of lessons, or last couple of videos for our very last lesson. Our lesson 4.8 is called comparing functions. So in this, you're going to be looking at functions written in a few different ways, maybe graphs, maybe tables, maybe equations, and your job will be to compare them. Questions will be like, which one has a steeper increase, or which one has a higher starting value or a lower starting value. And from that, you are going to have to answer like the equation does or the graph does or something like that. Okay. You're also going to be looking at scenarios where you're given stories or storylines, and you'll have to decide who like gains money at a faster rate in a bank account or something like that. So we have a graph here and an equation here. A few things that I like to do to start out with is I always like to, one, get them in the same format. I don't care if you turn a graph into an equation or an equation into a graph. Turning them into the same format is incredibly important to be able to compare them. So, step one, in order to compare, put them in the same format. Because it's a little difficult for us to put that graph into an equation, and I know how to like turn an equation into a graph, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to make a little T-chart for this. -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and create a bunch of ordered pairs for this function. If I put -2 into this equation, -2 times -2 gives me a +4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And now I have a set of ordered pairs. I'm going to do the same thing with -1. -2 times -1 gives me a +2. 2 plus 4 equals 6. -1, 6. Do the same thing with 0. -2 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. 0, 4. I'm going to do 1. Oops, sorry. I don't want to put that there. 1. -2 times 1 is -2. -2 plus 4 is +2, 1, 2. I'm going to do the same thing with 2. -2 times 2 is -4. -4 plus 4 is 0. So 2, 0. So now I can put these points onto this graph and I can truly compare them. Now this question doesn't ask me to do anything with the comparison. I just want to show that step one, no matter what you do, you need to create same format somewhere. So either turn an equation into a graph or turn the graph into an equation. So -2, 8, I can't actually graph that on here. -1, 6, I can't graph that on here. 0, 4, right up here. 1, 2 here, and then 2, 0 here. So I now can create this sort of steep line. Oh man, this did not turn out well. This sort of steep line. There we go. That's a little bit better for this particular graph. Whatever. So now we can sort of look at them and we can say, if I wanted to, I can now talk about these graphs. It looks like this blue line is traveling at a steeper rate than the black line. So it's like more steep than the black one. I can also say this blue line has a higher like Y value where it's like crosses the Y axis. It looks like they both cross the X axis at the same place, which is kind of interesting. So comparing these, I can now say like, I can compare a few different things. And I always encourage you to look at these with a critical eye. So step 2, when you're starting to compare these, look for a few key things. Look at the steepness of the line, if there is a line, or the narrowness of the V shape or the narrowness of the U shape. So steepness or narrowness of the graph. So if it's a line, you'll look at steepness. If it's a U or a V shape, you'll look at how narrow it is or how wide it is. You'll also look at where it crosses the y-axis and where it crosses the x-axis. y-axis. And you'll compare all of those different things. So step one, same format. And then after that, you can actually do some comparisons. So we can look at the steepness of the lines. In this case, for me, steepness of the lines, the blue line is steeper than the black line. We can also look at the y-axis. The y-axis for the blue line has a higher value than the black line. And then x-axis wise, they both cross in the same place. So kind of cool looking at and comparing different lines. This next video is going to sort of apply some of that comparison to a couple of different graphs, and then you'll be set and ready to go to your next must-do problems and the exit paths. Cool?